Karen,
to ask you to continue.
I will say, like up in Davidson, the Cannon School, which is actually in Concord, if you're not familiar, they recruit heavily over into the Davidson Cornelius area, and they have a bus that came in to pick up, but that was done through word of mouth and reputation.
Exactly right.
There's
And it
nothing
will happen
like
to
this
us too.
without time.
Right.
You have to go to, up around South Park. Yeah. Or Jenny.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's right. Any other questions? Fair?
What a fine board of directors.
Thank you.
I come from way back when the private schools sold the chocolate candy, and parents we sold a lot of chocolate. Even though it's no good for us now, but we still push that effort selling that chocolate candy. Did you look into that as far as a fundraiser, a way of collecting more funds and stuff? Because I think we all participate in something like that also, in order to help raise some money.
And I think that is, to Bruce's point, we've put a small committee together, and we will be talking to you about other efforts that we will be doing to raise some more funds, and that a smaller fundraising effort than just going and making an ask.
You know,
Thank you.
When we talk about fundraising, we do recognize, as organic Gary, what you all do in the annual fund, what you do with the golf tournament. So it's no small matter your level of engagement. And we all recognize it. That you know that. So it's thinking like this of other ways to help bridge the gap to get us through phase one, take advantage of the land, and then we'll think and plan about that last phase.
How's this for an idea? If we approach the club to see if we could have some sort of parents and teachers year-end black tie dinner, and we solicit either members of our community or other people that we know to make donations and have a silent auction. Charge $100, $200 a couple, have great things in the silent auction that people can donate so they can write off that, right?
Yeah.
And then all of the funds from the tickets and from the silent auction could go back to the school.
Right, and that is a great idea, and one that we have processed quite. We are doing a silent auction. You'll be hearing about that fundraising event, but we have talked about other parties, American Idol party. We've talked about all these fun things that we're going to start gearing up. But again, we need this. We need to focus our first phase on the 190 that we need to raise right now for fall. And to plan an auction and all of that right now, which is a great idea, is a lot of planning to get that event going. And we need to get these modulars in. We need to get them in now. And then we can start working on those big fundraising fun events that we've talked about at length. Bruce, do you want anything?
No, I think that's pretty much it. That will give us the time for the land purchase later in the year, I think,
Yes.
to do a couple of those.
Yeah.
That's a fantastic idea, and that will build the base to purchase that land, or at least get things leveled off.
And just to reiterate what you said, it was the $500 per student covers that first phase, right?
Yeah, would be yes.
Okay.
If the learning goes.
Okay.
Or more.
Or more.
Yeah.
Just want to throw that out.
How are we going to disseminate this information to the other parents?
Yes, we have a video, and we're going to link it so that parents can actually watch the video, thanks to Allison Wilhelm. And so we will have that, and we really want them to link. We want them to hear our words, hear your questions, all of that. And then obviously we'll send out the PowerPoint presentation that we have that gives them the overview. Thanks. And then you all will leave tonight and be so excited that you're going to spread the word as well.
Well, that causes me to have another thought. This is one we could implement on short notice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure many of us get a call once a year from our alma mater. Some sweet co-ed calls us on the telephone and reminds us of our obligation. Now, maybe a phone-a-thon type of process could be implemented.
Oh, it will.
To make sure that every parent has the opportunity.
Right, Bruce? You get on that speed dial.
Really, I mean, the telephone is something that could be done very easily with a little amount of effort and a maximum amount of return.
So when are we gonna have a sweet retired CPO?
Are you contacting grandparents for this initially, or are you just holding off? Until
No, we're waiting. We're going to be, obviously, Grandparents' Day is coming up, so we'll obviously be outlining this for them. So they'll be able to see the future of PES, and they will have opportunities to give to their grandchild's school at the upcoming event. But really, right now, we're trying to focus again on the modulars and getting that, and then moving to the next phase, where we will be asking grandparents. But if you have a grandparent who wishes to give now to a modular unit, we would love you to ask them.
And remember, the appreciated assets, such as stock as an example, you're going to save on the 15% federal and 7% state, so there's a 22% savings when you give it to a not-for-profit organization, other than if you cash it in and you pay the taxes on it. So there's a significant savings if you have appreciated stock.
Just let me caution you, don't sell the stock, you give us the cash, you won't get that saving.
Right.
You have to transfer the stock to us and we immediately sell it. Little catch there.
Do we have any kind of brochures or anything that we can hand if somebody, I know word of mouth is great. And
Yes, we can. We know somebody in the printing business. Right? We'll be printing. I'll get it out there. Yes, we have some things that we will be able to distribute.
Because, yeah, we
Yeah, absolutely.
Help us, right? That's great. Yeah. And I know that some of you who have been, here with us since the beginning, and you're thinking, and I hate to even say this because I know your heart is in the right place, but I know that oftentimes we think to ourselves, my child's going to graduate, it's not even going to benefit from this new facility. But I ask you to look at the people up here, and they have no children here. And I ask you to go back to the beginning of this conversation tonight, when I asked you to close your eyes, and I asked you to think about why you're here and what made you choose Palisades Episcopal School. And remember that this is for the greater good. We're not doing this just for our children, but we're doing it for the future, for our country, because they are going to be the leaders. And so we want, when your children have graduated, we want them to look back. And I can tell you it's happened to me personally, where I've had students graduate college and come back to their elementary. How many of you have gone back to your elementary school? Okay, all right. We want all of your children to come back to their elementary school to say thank you, and look at me now. And I guarantee you they will. Bye.